What's up, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, this big news out of San Antonio, Texas, and it's about a 17-year-old girl that went missing last night around 11:30 p.m. And sadly, her body was discovered, early this morning in man, this is messed up. The northeast side. Well, it was found not far from her northeast side home. So I don't know the close proximity. Supposedly, this 17-year-old girl left with a unidentified man, and her herself is not identified at this time, but she was found discarded in a nearby ditch, dead, and her body was she was located unclothed, and like I said, under a bridge. I'm gonna show you the video of what they have out so far, and I'm gonna come back and talk about this a little bit. Take a look.
Devastating story now. A 17-year-old girl left her north side home last night. She didn't return. Police found her dead in a ditch nearby. It happened on Del Oak Drive and Ashland Drive in the neighborhood just near Austin Highway and Walsham. That's near Kruger Middle School. A new police report, or the police tell us this noon that they are searching for a person of interest in connection with this investigation. SAPD posted these images on its Facebook page, and they want to talk to this person. Meantime, Sarah Costa tells us how police are handling the case.
At this time, police have not made any arrests, but a sergeant on scene did tell us they detained a man for questioning. But let's take you to the scene with video that was shot earlier. Now, we did speak to a sergeant on scene who told us that this originally came in as a missing persons call earlier in the night, but turned into a homicide when they found the 17-year-old girl dead and naked in a ditch near her home. Police say the 17-year-old's family reported her missing a couple hours after 7 p.m. They told police she left her home on a walk with a male friend who also lives in the neighborhood at 7, then saw the male friend a couple of hours later without her. Police say the man told the family he didn't know where she was and left. Her family looked for her in the neighborhood with police, and a passerby was the one that found the teenager's phone in a ditch and gave it to police. While searching the ditch under Del Oak, police found her jacket and eventually found the 17-year-old naked and dead. Police tell us there were no signs of gunshot or stab wounds, but there were signs of abuse. The male friend that was with her is the man that police have detained for questioning. They have not released his name or his age. Police have also not released the name of that 17-year-old girl. As we learn more information, we'll keep you posted on air and online. I'm Sarah Costa, KSAT 12 News.
Guys, that's the story of this unnamed 17-year-old young lady who tragically lost her life out there in San Antonio. May she rest in peace. Now, I want to talk about two things in this video. I cover these stories all the time. This is one aspect that I haven't really covered. The first thing is this. It's wild how nowadays the person closest to you can be the person that plots for your demise. Now, they got this young man, I don't know how old this dude is, he was with her. That's the person of interest they was looking for. And they got him detained for questioning. This girl left the house 11:30 at night, 17 years old. Now, granted, you know what I'm saying? I was allowed to leave the house at certain hours of the night, but like 11 o'clock, I had to be in the house. And I had, my parents had to know who I was with. And this guy came to the house, y'all, and got this girl. So obviously they knew who he was. I don't know if he did it or not, but they got him locked up right now. He was the last person with her. They came back, hey, you seen what's the name? She wasn't with me, and then they left the house. They running up and down the street calling this young lady's name. A bystander close by the house is walking over that bridge. You saw the police standing by up here. Here's a phone ringing down there, goes and gets the phone and contacts police. This girl was left naked with signs of trauma on her that wasn't of a stabbing, or a shooting. Think about that. She left with someone and never came home and was left naked under a bridge. They stripped this girl of her dignity and just crushed her spirit altogether. 17 years old for what? First thing I'm going to talk about, I got a little bit off track. I'm sorry. The first thing I'm going to talk about is how easy it is now for guys to just ravage these women or just push their sexual anger out. And it's like almost like just robbery, period. I mean, they stealing everything. Now they stealing the cat. You know what I'm saying? Give it to me or I'll take it by force. Under a bridge, after you did what you did, you left this victim naked and just laid out there. Shameful. Shameful. Where do we put the blame at with this? It can be in a lot of different things. But nowadays, we got some real creeps out here. I mean, with a sexual appetite that's unquenchable. They're like just beasts. For real, just the whole mindset. What can you blame it on? Can you blame it on anything? Can you blame it on music? Can you blame it on movies? Can you blame it on the culture itself? Yeah, you can. There is a over sexualization or hypersexualization of women nowadays. You see it in movies. You see it in the culture. You definitely see it in music with the rise of female rappers. It's like everybody wants to be a bad chick. Everybody got to walk around with heels on. Now, this has nothing to do with this child, but I want you to I'm going to show you how this comes back on you. Everybody wants to look cute. You notice if you pay attention, a lot of the girls nowadays, they want to have that young, cute, innocent type look with a sense of risque with it, the way they dress. Think about that. The standard of beauty nowadays is more sexualized than it's ever been. It's nothing to see a woman walking around with no underwear on or appearance that look like they have no underwear on. Everything is tights. Everything is, and there's nothing wrong with it because people have a right to wear what they wear. But there are men out here, ladies, and I want you ladies to hear me, that can't control themselves. And no, this should not happen to anybody. And no, people should have restraint. But some people don't. It comes down to home training. Comes down to a lot of things. A lot of these dudes look at porn movies and stuff like that. And that, what they call that stuff? Scenario porn. That's what it is. And you start to get these freaky people with these thoughts in their heads that usually used to stay in their heads. Now they're putting this energy that they have in motion, and it could be on anybody. Hell, look at what was happening in Miami. Men just following children down the street, jumping out trying to grab girls. You could be walking with your baby in the stroller jogging, and a guy come up and just grab your butt. People hiding around the bushes to run up on somebody, squeeze their breasts, and then run off. Freak stuff. Women walking on the beach, dude just jump up on them with his dick out and just land on her, hump on her, and then get up and run away. Man, it's like the culture we got is messed up. It's messed up. It's like it's getting way out of hand. A lot of the stuff women, do to try to keep up with the standard of beauty nowadays is a death sentence from somebody that doesn't know how to handle what they see. Should women be victims? No. No, they shouldn't. But then again, these guys that are out here, you never know who they are. This guy right here supposedly was a friend. He probably was plotting for the longest. That's why I don't play with emotions and I don't play with people that, deal with, you on a level when they know they like you and you take advantage of them. You know what I'm saying? For favors, like, have them take you somewhere or have them loan you money and stuff like this. And, anything can happen nowadays. This young girl here, I don't know what the situation was, but I know she was a female and she left with a male that should have had, been protecting her as a friend, at least. It's like nowadays, man, they just take what they want. And I think a lot of it is some of that stuff I explained with the way society and culture is now, where everything is sexualized and everything is, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm gonna tell you something. When I was in prison, I learned this. Every time a female guard would come around, there would be certain dudes, you would see them, and they would have this look in their eye, mouth wide open, just staring, looking them up and down, analyzing everything on her. Sometimes they would call the girls, the prison guards, like, yo, she looked like such and such, like it's always a movie star. We'd be like, man, I don't see that at all. Delusional in the head. Let me tell you something. Even in nature, when young males or men at their highest testosterone peak, and this is not all men, a lot of times they be so overcome with that urge to satisfy themselves, it defies reality. We see that with children getting touched. And it's like, with the culture and showing everything's sexual, everything's this, porn is free now. Anybody can get their phone and look on it. A lot of these younger people are growing up watching this type of stuff. And then the reality is replaced with this type of behavior. It does. Under no circumstances should anybody, man or woman, succumb to any type of sexual abuse or unwanted inappropriate touching or whatever, but it's out here. It's out here. This girl is dead because she left the house with a friend. Now, whether he did it or not, I don't know, but somewhere down the line, somebody failed her. Seriously. Because there's no way you left with me and then you don't go back home with me. She's 17 years old. She's not 12 years old. They're not outside playing patty cake or nothing like that. These are young adults, like going into their adulthood. Makes no sense. And he looking like the prime suspect right now, whether they say it or not. More information to come out. This story just broke. But I think honestly, the hypersexualization or the over-sexualization of women nowadays put out there in mainstream media and movies and TVs is what's contributing a lot to this behavior where women are getting wiped off the planet. Leave me a comment. Tell me if you agree or disagree. This is just my opinion. This is one of the factors. It is. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. This should never happen. 17 years old, rest of her life ahead of her. And whoever did this, probably him too. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.